Can the end of two lives mark the close of a musical era? Hip-hop, a rhythm that speaks to everyone, has been our companion since childhood. Remember those beats? They even influenced our style in our early teens. But have you ever delved deeper? The golden age of hip-hop, ever heard of it? And who exactly are Tupac and Biggie? How did they contribute to the rise and end of this golden era? Are you curious for the answers? Then stay tuned with Crimecast until the end of this video to know all the answers for all these questions. Today our journey delves into the tale of Tupac and Biggie, the demise of hip-hop's golden era. Let's start our journey with the fascinating golden age of hip-hop. This era, which took place from the late 1980s to the early 1990s, is like a treasure chest full of amazing music and creativity. We call it the Golden Age because it's a time when hip-hop really shined and laid the foundation for what we hear today. In this special era, two stars rose to prominence, Tupac and Biggie. They are like the heroes of our story, each bringing their own style and energy to the world of hip-hop. But who were these remarkable individuals? What made them so important in shaping this incredible time? Tupac Shakur, born in 1971, faced both struggle and inspiration early on. His mother's dedication to activism influenced him deeply. Rising through the ranks of the hip-hop world, Tupac's passionate verses tackled societal issues. His lyrics, like poetry, sparked conversations about poverty, racial injustice, and inner-city life. His legacy thrives as artists today weave his messages into their own songs, carrying his torch for change. Next, the Notorious B.I.G., born in 1972, painted vivid stories of Brooklyn streets stemming from his upbringing. With unmatched storytelling, he breathed life into gritty narratives. Biggie embraced his East Coast roots, showcasing the vibrant energy of New York City. His music was a canvas reflecting the struggle and glory of his environment. His influence sculpted a generation of rap artists, shaping the genre's future. Biggie and Tupac had a special bond back in the day. They were like two friends starting out in the world of hip-hop. They were meeting, sharing stories and jamming together. It was a time of dreams and possibilities. Then in the 1990s, their paths crossed, and they teamed up for music projects. They weren't just famous names, they were real people who respected each other's talents. However, things got a bit complicated when the East Coast-West Coast rivalry heated up. The friendly vibes started to fade as bigger tensions in the hip-hop world came into play. To be frank, the East Coast-West Coast rivalry during the 1990s wasn't coincidental gang violence, but it did involve conflicts and tensions between hip-hop artists from different parts of the country. It wasn't just about music, it was like a competition between the East Coast and the West Coast for dominance in the hip-hop world. While there were instances of violence linked to this rivalry, it also encompassed a clash of styles, pride and influences. It's a mix of music, personal rivalries and cultural dynamics that contributed to the complex atmosphere of that era in hip-hop history. News articles, interviews and TV reports turned the rivalry into a dramatic show, creating excitement but also adding fuel to the fire. This attention affected the artists and the wider hip-hop community, similar to how friends' arguments affect a whole group. Sadly, this rivalry took a tragic turn with the deaths of Tupac and Biggie. In 1996, Tupac was shot in Las Vegas. Then in 1997, Biggie was killed in Los Angeles. Some think that Biggie's murder could have been a payback for Tupac's death, tied to the East Coast-West Coast rivalry, but we don't have a clear proof that Biggie's murder was definitely retaliation for Tupac's death. Another incident that added fuel to the feud was when Tupac was seriously injured in a shooting during a hotel robbery in Manhattan. Tupac accused Big and Sean Diddy Combs of knowing about it beforehand, but they both strongly denied it. Suge Knight from Death Row Records and Puff Daddy from Bad Boy Records were both talked about in relation to the deaths, but no strong evidence is there connecting them. The cases remain puzzling, and despite the discussions, no concrete links have been established. However, the plot takes a major twist in July 2023. The FBI recently did a search at Dwayne Keefe D. Davis's house, one of the two living eyewitnesses to the shooting of his nephew Orlando Anderson. During the search, they found items like magazine articles about Tupac, old pictures from the 1990s, computers and hard drives. While these items may not directly implicate the drive-by shooting, they hold the potential to illuminate the intricate relationships surrounding the incident. With the case being reopened, numerous twists are poised to be unveiled. Let's patiently await the discovery of the mystery surrounding the deaths of these musical souls. I hope this video has been engaging for you, and remember to show your support by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to the Crimecast.